Hey there, welcome to My Green Pets. I'm William Green. Look at this beautiful Clivia miniata. It's got a pretty small head of flowers, honestly, but it just looks super nice. And it's got more on the way, poking out back here. So that is definitely a lovely sight to see on a still a cold winter day here in Colorado, even though it is sunny. You can see my house is pretty cold. The heat's set to the heat's set to 70 right now, but uh, I don't know. It takes a while to warm up in here. It gets down into the low 60s at night. Anyway, let's go look in the warm tent and then in the cool tent to see if anything's going on. Actually, before we do that, one thing I think is cool about this house is that it has a skylight and really tall ceiling. And I can just imagine this whole wall is like a plant wall. You can see it gets, direct light there. And as the sun gets stronger, it's just going to keep getting stronger. But I would love to do something with that. Don't know how I would do it, but I think it would be cool. So everything's wet in here because I had the watering system on earlier for about 5 minutes. The fan is switched off right now, so everything got a nice little dousing. The catasetums. So this is where we start talking about, watering people. Different people water in different ways. So for me, like a misting, basically 5 minute mist from the watering system, it does dampen the surface of these guys, and of course it does moisten the roots as well, but it doesn't penetrate really into the pots. So, you know, just a little bit down into the pot, it's still bone dry. So, I think I haven't had any issues with that stunting root growth or anything because again, that surface is gonna dry out within the next day or so. So, um, plants like my bulbophyllums that really, really want to be moist all the time, you can see that conditions are pretty dry for them, and their growths are smaller. When I used to grow this thing outside in Kentucky in the hot, humid, rainy summers, the leaves were twice as big as it is on this plant now. So, yeah, they definitely could use more moisture, but they're making it. I would like to give them more. Maybe I need to have a warm, dry tent and a warm, wet tent. But well, anyway, we'll see. Everybody's kind of forced into the same situation right now. But Signoches Varsovicii is done, and my Rhyncholaelia Aristocrat is still going strong there. And then there's one other plant that I want to have a look at. This big Cattleya Rex, again, it's two plants that are kind of stuck into the same, and they were stuck on the same mount a long, long time ago. You can see the yellowing here. This is another bulb that's dying. There's another one here. So again, my thought is that the two plants are kind of intertwined, and one of them is starting to rot. And I don't care, honestly. I'm just, as they turn, as the bulb's brown, I'm just cutting them off. And if the whole thing dies, I'm totally okay with that too. It's big. I can't get anybody to buy it. Nobody would want to buy it at this point anyway, now that the bulbs are rotting on it. So it might be a goner. But yeah, you can see the telltale signs of something's not quite right. These speckly tips like this just tells us something's going on with the plant. But, well, it is what it is when things get too big. I should have proactively divided this a long time ago, but I just wanted to let it go and see what happens. So now we're learning. Rex does not like to have moisture sitting on its roots, and it certainly does not like cooler temperatures. And so the two of those things together spell disaster for this plant. So here's my Cattleya mossiae, and very excited. You can see the shadow of the buds here inside the sheath. But I also just realized that at the end of March, I'm gonna go be visiting my family for a few days, and that's probably exactly, once again, when this plant is gonna bloom. So once again, my plants are going to flower while I'm gone. Hopefully not. Hopefully it'll hold out. It could take it could be another 3 or 4 weeks before this opens, but I kind of doubt it. I think it's starting to pick up steam. It's starting to grow more quickly. Anyway, we'll see. Looks like 2 flowers on the way with that. And the new growth, look at this big chunky new growth on that mossiae, and it's got a sheath in there as well. So who knows what that's gonna do. So that's what's going on. We got some nice growth on this Cattleya purpurata back here. Cattleya trianae. My Maximus got 2 growths on it here. Really looking at this Hardiana for some growth. The bulbs are pretty shrinky. I'm trying to go gentle on the water on it before it let the growth get a little bit bigger before I water it, but it is pretty wrinkly. And then this is my Dowiana rosita that's mounted, and it's got little brown spots on this older leaf, which I don't like to see at all. But it may just be that older leaf. Maybe the rest of the plant is okay, but it is a little bit drier now because I think it's out of the way of the sprinklers, so I really have to get that purposefully. And really I should water it every day, but don't always do that. When I get home late, if I get home after 5 or something, the lights are already off, so if I water, I'm going to be watering them right before it gets cool and dark, and that's just not a good idea, so I'll just choose not to water in those cases. Alright, things are looking great, very exciting, springtime. And let's go look at the cool tent now, see what's going on down there. Alright, the cool tent is doing okay. Look, we've got a couple Masdevallia flowers, just this one just brand new, opening up. This one's been open for about a week. And then these guys, you can see these are fading, they're gonna fall off. But still looks great with the 4 flowers. It dropped a leaf this week, but it's growing some more. This Pinguicula pirouette division that I stuck in the skull pot here, it's bloomed out. That's kind of fun. And I've got water in this tray that kind of soaks up and keeps the terracotta moist. But I noticed a little bit of fuzz on the terracotta, like it was growing mold or something, which I thought that was kind of weird. But I don't know if the Pinguicula will grow normally in cooler temperatures like this, but we're gonna see. Yeah, everything else is just kind of growing right along, nothing remarkable to comment on. Just going right along. I did stick some moss in some of the pots here, maybe to get some more moss started, but basically what I've noticed so far, the light doesn't seem to be too much. I'm not noticing what I would consider to be light damage on any of the plants yet, but it's it could still show up. I've just noticed that everything's much slower. Like it has taken a week for this one leaf to just even open up that much. Like it's just, everything is much slower now. So, but well, that's just the name of the game with these guys. So we'll just see how it goes. Again, I'm watching carefully. The light is very bright, but it's also pretty far away. But it's also 12 hours a day, so just have to figure it out. I don't have a power meter. It would probably be helpful, but don't have one. All right, well, that's the most, that's pretty much everything. Just wanted to kind of show you what's going on and leave you with beautiful Masdevallia Machu Picchu here. So have a great week, and I will see you next time right here on My Green Pets. I'm William Green. See ya.